Hi everybody, I'm Pia from Stitches and Scraps, and today I want to show you how to do the knitted cast on. To start, we need to get our yarn onto our needle. Leave yourself a tail of about 6 inches. I'm going to leave a little bit less just so that it shows better on the video. So I'm leaving just a little bit, but you want more like this, okay? So leave yourself a tail, and then we're going to fold it just like this to make a loop at the top. So I have my tail on one side and the ball yarn or the working yarn on the other side. All right, I'm going to twist my loop so that the tail is on top. Now I'm going to reach inside there. I'm going to grab my ball yarn, not the tail, my ball yarn, and holding both of these ends, holding the tail and the ball yarn in place, I'm going to pull that through that loop. And that makes a little knot. Now the reason it's called a slip knot is because if you pull on the ball yarn now, it will slip out. In fact, if you pull all the way, it will slip all the way out. So let's try that again. Fold your yarn, leaving a 6-inch tail. Make a twist so that the tail is on top. Stick your fingers in through the loop, grab the ball yarn, and holding both of these in place, pull that ball yarn through. And now we have a slip knot. So put that on one of your needles and tighten it up so that it is not too snug. You want it to be able to slide around, but not loose to where it's drooping all over the place. You want to have a little bit of a hole in the middle there between the needle and the knot, because that's where you're going to stick your other needle. The slip knot is going to be our first stitch. If you're right-handed, place the needle with this stitch into your left hand. If you're left-handed, you're going to want to place that in your right hand. Notice I'm using this finger to hold this stitch still. Now I pick up my other needle with my other hand, and I'm going to insert it from back to front, and this is called knitwise, from back to front. And notice I'm having it come out underneath my left needle. So my right needle goes from back to front underneath my left needle, and it's going into this hole right here that's underneath the needle, between the needle and the knot. Okay, so in that hole and out through the front. Now pick up your yarn. Not your tail yarn. Make sure you're not picking up your tail. Hold your tail out of the way if you need to. Pick up your other yarn, your ball yarn, and wrap it around from the bottom up and over the top of the needle. Let me show you that movement again. From the bottom up, around, over the top. If you're looking at it this way, it's clockwise. Okay? Now holding this yarn, you can let it go, but it's easier if you hold it with some tension. You can even hold it like this if you want to, but hold this yarn a little bit and scoop that point through the hole. Okay, there's no twisting involved. I'm not going like this and twisting around and trying to go in anywhere. This needle stays underneath, and I'm scooping that point through that hole to pick up that new stitch. Now I'm going to pull that stitch up nice and big and then turn my left needle around so it can come from back to front into that stitch. Okay, don't put it on like this or your stitch will be twisted. You want to go from back to front into that stitch. Take out your right needle and you can tighten the stitch. So now we've knitted on our first stitch. Let's do another one. Insert your needle knitwise from back to front. Grab your yarn, wrap it around your needle, scoop it through the hole, make it nice and big, and stick it onto the left needle. And then remove it from your right needle and tighten. Now I normally hold my yarn like this. It's wrapped over my pinky, under the next 2 fingers, and over my index finger, and that lets me control it while I'm doing the cast on. But I don't want you to worry how you're holding your yarn. For now, just leave it down and you can pick it up whenever. You will slowly develop your own way of holding the yarn, something that feels comfortable to you. So don't get hung up on how you're holding the yarn for right now. We're just practicing this motion. insert the needle, wrap it around, scoop it through, make it nice and big, and then stick it onto the left needle from behind there. Now let me show you a little trick. When you get to this point in the cast on, when you're right here, okay, and you're sticking this left needle in, watch the position of my needles. If I just drop this right needle so it's underneath the left one, and I go ahead and tighten that up, look at where I am. I'm already in place to start the next stitch. I'm already right here. So you don't have to take your needle out and tighten. You can do this. Insert your needle, wrap it, scoop it through, place the stitch on your left needle, drop that right needle down, tighten up a little bit, okay, and go right into the next stitch. Your needle is already in place. So that will make this motion a lot faster and smoother, and smooth motion ends up giving you better tension. Just like that. And that is how you do the knitted cast on. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up, leave a comment, or share it with your friends. You can also subscribe to my YouTube channel for more great videos. Thanks for watching.